All right, and we made it, and you made it if you're here right away. Welcome to Night Moves for Tuesday, October the 28th. I think we're on Tuesday. Maybe it went overtime. Maybe I got the date wrong. I don't know what day it is because we're gonna have Game 4 of the World Series tonight, right here at Dodger Stadium, where we just saw Game 3 end just moments ago. Frederick Charles Freeman with the home run in the bottom of the 18th inning. I can't believe it. You can't believe it. That's why you're here right now, to share the moment with me post game after the home run and tying the record there in the 18th inning for the longest game in World Series history, and a ton of other Major League and World Series records as the game ends at 11:52 here in Las Vegas, 2:52 in Toronto, and Freeman hit the walk-off home run again, the first man ever to hit 2 walk-offs in a series, and other records too. How about Shohei Ohtani? He makes it look like Little League out there, right? Where else do you have a guy gets on base 9 times in a game, tying a Major League record, much less setting the World Series record when he did it with that intentional walk for the 8th time? Toronto, why would you use 4 pitches from your pitcher if you're intentional walk? I mean, every pitch was key in this game, and it's really what cost the Dodgers with cost the Jays with one swing of the bat. But Ohtani, not only, he reached base 9 times, 2 home runs, 2 doubles, first 4 extra base hit guy since they said this was the World Series 703rd game of the World Series all time. The last time it happened was only one other time when a man had at least 2 home runs and 2 other extra base hits, and that was in World Series game number 18. So, yeah, that was a long time ago. And not only that, he's coming back and he's going to be the starting pitcher tomorrow. That's something that happens in Little League, right? And Ohtani even was thought to maybe be required to play in this game. Yamamoto said he would come in next game, but Will Klein was a huge star in this game, a man who had been traded from Oakland to Seattle for salary cap considerations, international player relief, I think is what it was. Then he gets traded to the Dodgers. Basically had a 7 ERA at Tacoma, 5 ERA in AAA this season, and has pitched pretty good too. But he got his moment, he got his chance, and other big moments in the game as well for both teams. Really terrific. There, the Jays had to lost. Had Bichette, Springer leaves the game, so they lost 4 key hitters. That's why no one got a hit for 10 innings. But in the end, it was Freeman with that decider. They'll have to come back tomorrow in like 16 hours. What is it? I think 6. Do I have it right? The Dodgers leave the series 2-1. And man, Ohtani kind of in Barry Bonds territory or vice versa there, right? Oh, what a night. Let me say hello to some folks in the chat and we'll get the show started. Mr. Weskers is here as well. He says he'll try to make every show, but so I guess you probably didn't watch the game. Joe Alvarado knows it was a one for the ages for sure. One of the greatest games in Major League history last night. And we weren't coming on until it was over for sure with a victory just completed. Man, I want to talk about some other things in that game too, but we got to get rolling a little bit here on the show. How about we did have, by the way, the winner here on Night Moves last night with the Blue Jays on the run line with Scherzer. Some talk that maybe the Dodgers could actually scrap Otani tomorrow, and in turn, uh, uh, maybe end up. Well, right now, Dave Roberts just said on the post game that he would be good and ready to go. So I'm not even going to speculate what they could do tomorrow, given the situation and Otani having the cramping issues there late. So we'll see. Bieber expected here at this point, who was also on call a little bit. Saw him loosening up a little bit, but never a question. So Bieber gets the start tomorrow and going up against Otani expected there. Otani $1.95. We'll get right into it in just a moment. And hello to Chiquando in the chat. Nice to have you here tonight on Night Moves. Going to go over the card here. 5 in the NBA, 2 in college football. We also have a hockey card here. It will be the Frozen Frenzy here on Tuesday night. The games will all start within 15 to 20 minutes of proximity of one another throughout the night. And it'll go on until all the teams are in action here with the 16-game card. And I'm going to try to get it together here for a little preview of those games. Man, it's going to be an interesting format tomorrow to have. They've done it before, and it's cool. So you want to watch that. All right, Monday Night Football. And what a boring game that was, right? Between the Chiefs and the Commanders, 28-7. Chiefs get the win. Mahomes 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. First time in his career, he threw back-to-back interceptions on his first 2 drives of the game, but the Chiefs settled down, and they won and covered 4 of their last 5 here right now. Washington's lost 4 of their last 5. Jaden Daniels having a good time cheering for his team on the bench, and they were competitive a little bit early, gave him something to cheer about, but nothing to cheer about when he's not in the game. And Mariota wasn't able to get the offense going there, but it looked like McLaurin, who returned to action, was in mid-season form. Get him out there with Daniels. McLaurin, your man to look at right away, come right back here. He was catching the ball, making those sideline plays and grasping the ball well. It looked like he ran all his routes good. And McLaurin was a subtle star in the game there for the Commanders, but the Chiefs rolled. Kelsey got off, and Pacheco injured his knee, hyperextension in there. Check his status because it'll be worse in the morning than it was when he hopped off the trainer's table. He did not go into the blue tent, just got some sideline treatment, but that will hurt in the morning. So tried to roll here with, I think I ended up a couple props short there with Pacheco. I think he had 59 yards. I went over in his props here on the Tony's Picks props there on Monday night. So, all right, other news, Carson Wentz, he's out for the season here, so hopefully JJ gets back here real soon. All right, Toronto 2-1, Joe, he says, right? Maybe so, Joe. It sure felt like they had a big chance, man. Gosh, it felt like they were going to get that game. And, they, like I said, their lineup just ended up a bit short there in the end when they lost basically 4 guys from their lineup. But how about my man Alejandro Kirk, too? And what a game by Tommy Edman, man from La Jolla Country Day School, was incredible as well. All right, we're going to get into it, Jay Kwanda. We're going to preview all those NHL games here in just a moment. But first, you can head over to Tony'sPicks.com and get our premium picks. My best picks every day are over at Tony's Picks, my top-rated props right now. Tried to come home with some there. We had, by the way, Freddie Freeman over. I mean, anybody could have, I guess. But, hey, I did have Freddie. There is one of my prop plays over in his runs, hits, and RBIs. I guess he got there. I guess he got it. Let's go over to Tony's Picks and take a look at the handicapper leaderboards, see who's hot, and then we'll get started with the show. Ron Crawford and Justin McKelvey. I mean, how proud can I be of this right here? 11-3 for my brothers here. For Ron, solid day. On Monday, he had the Warriors there to roll over the Grizz. He had the Jazz at home in that incredible overtime game against the Suns. Suns tied it up late. He had the under in the football game. He had the Bulls to take care of business. He had the Spurs as well. Nice job, Ron. And he had the Penguins in that rout of St. Louis. And let me see what's up with Justin here. He was rolling here on Monday with some winners as well. He had the Grizzlies game to go over. We talked about that one there, didn't we, yesterday on the show? And let me see. Yeah, we had that one. Yeah, we had that one too, right? It went over 131 to 118. He had the over in the Suns game there yesterday as well. And he had some first taps in there. Let's see. Oh, first tap with the Rockets over the Nets. And he had the Celtics got their win finally there over the Pels, and he had the Penguins as well. Great job, Justin. All right. So check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can get our best picks over there, the ones we try to save. I'm up there on the 7-day leaderboard there, 3 3/4 units anyway, picking up some winners here. Check us out over at Tony's Picks. There's our premium picks. The guys are all loaded up for Tuesday, including Javon. You saw him in here in the chat. And he's got his best bet up there, Alessandro as well, and the rest of the crew here at Tony's Picks. Check us out here for the rest of the week. There's doubles in there. All right. Check out our great articles as well. All right, I guess I'll get ready to roll here, but there's Abel. Abel! Great to have Abel here celebrating that Dodgers victory. Timmy Two Shoes, Pasternak, Kaprasov, Mikhaev, and Makar for goal scorers tonight. Man, this is going to be a card. And I was trying to, handicap the card while watching the game with my friends. All right. And couple more in there. Thank you, you guys. Yeah, we had some winners here on the show for sure yesterday, including the Cleveland Cavaliers. We had them on Night Moves. We had the over with Orlando and Philly. We had the over Atlanta and Chicago. We had some winners here on the show for sure. We had Toronto and San Antonio. We had Spurs over Toronto yesterday here on the show. We had Oklahoma City and Dallas under on the show as well. We rolled some winners here for sure on Night Moves. We also had the over in New Orleans and LA. So I'll have some more winners here in just a moment. We also had the over as a winner there with St. Louis and Pittsburgh on the ice. But we got to get going here on this show. Let's get to it, Mr. Westers. Let's get some picks and previews for the games, including Game 4 of the World Series with the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Well, we just left off moments ago with that incredible game. Ohtani is expected to go. He was suffering some cramps there late in the game with his base running. I mean, if you got on base 9 times, you'd probably have cramps running as well. So didn't seem like the Dodgers would make a move here to maybe delay him one day from his starting assignment. But right now, I think Dave Roberts said in a post-game interview on Fox that Ohtani would be good and ready to go, and he even referred to the cramping late in the game. Meanwhile, Shane Bieber was seen using a weighted ball in the bullpen towards the 16th inning, but as the game wore on, and it appeared that Little was going to come into the game first, and Bieber was then seen just relaxing and taking in the rest of the game as Little entered the game. And you know what, the Jays fans, I'm sure, felt a little bit of a resignation with Little in the game. He did an okay job, but he gave up the bomb, and that was that. So how will it affect today because of all the pitchers that were used? You're going to need these starters to go very deep. Obviously here, Ohtani is Superman. We know he's not the most greatest stamina, doesn't have the greatest stamina, probably because of all of his use, and but he goes as long as you pretty much need him to or want him to until it just can't take it anymore. Meanwhile, for Bieber, he's still a little bit he hasn't been reduced to any kind of limitations in his pitching, but we know that it hasn't been a fully healthy, or it's been a healthy return for Bieber. But again, he returned late in the season from injury, and both teams will need their bullpens here somewhat, but maybe Ohtani here and Bieber can work into the through the first five. I like under in the first five for sure with the Dodgers and Toronto as my play here in Game 4. The situation could deteriorate quickly, you would think, right? Now, granted, the bullpens came through with what, 11, 10, 11 scoreless innings tonight? What was the score? 5-5 after 6 innings or 7 innings? It was 5-5 after 7 innings. So then you had the rest of the game scoreless with the bullpens, but they all pretty much maxed out. Several of them will have to pitch again tomorrow, but which ones can be and will be used, and how long will they need to be used, given the fact that we can try to extend these two decent pitchers well into the second half of the game. And they'll need that. Whichever starting pitcher, and Ohtani certainly, that's why he's favored here at $2, can expected to be outperforming Bieber. But again, you could see both these pitchers doing a good job in keeping the game very close and low scoring early on. We know the Dodgers bullpen has been bad until tonight, and the Jays have kind of struggled as well. But tonight was a different story. There was just a feel of the ball wasn't carrying a little bit there, and everybody's getting out at third base. Basically, everybody kept getting out at third base or home. Great baseball game tonight. I hope they don't visit the rules of trying to change it back. Like, let's put the runner in the playoffs after the 12th inning. That was too fun and too good tonight, but it does wreak havoc on the pitchers here, and it's going to make for, maybe for the Blue Jays' sake, a little bit of volatility. They could use a little bit, right? Let's just say the pitchers continue to be tired here for the next 2 games, could lead to some less steady or expected results for the Dodgers, given their favoritism. So maybe it will work out for the Blue Jays with this type of situation. You can give me your picks, but I'm going to take under in the first 5, and let's see how you guys have it here. Ziggy likes under in the game. He likes these starters to go, and the bullpens, couldn't they do it again? They just had an incredible performance. How about the alternate line Equinox parlay? Dodgers, there's Abel says they're going to need Ohtani to go 6. First pitcher lasts the longest. Maybe that team wins the game. I'm sure that Klein was incredible. Okay, Timmy liking the Blue Jackets here. Abel's going to the game. And when Lucas was batting their bases loaded full count, the next 3 pitches were balls. He chased that ball there outside of the zone and hit it a slow tapper. Blue Jays, they did though, Timmy. They competed like heck tonight though, but will it affect them, kind of long term? And Mr. Weskers, does the regular season win-losses carry over the playoffs? It only determined who was a home field advantage, Mr. Weskers. Toronto had more wins than the Dodgers at 93. And now it's a best of 7. And it's 2-1 Dodgers right now. And they have the home field advantage here. And they're actually in the driver's seat. And too little, too late. He didn't walk Ohtani the time he was supposed to, and then, well, you know what? We'll do it now. Now is one at bat too late. I guess they're right. And Springer with that, but Springer's so tough. He came back from that other one. Maybe, just maybe, he can still make it there. But weird to have a back injury and and you pull yourself out of the game like that. Man, Springer gets hurt. He's still tough. It's 2-1 right now, Mr. Weskers. All right. Yeah, Springer not healthy. Bo got the start, but and that's a big factor too. I mean, if anything, I mean, the Dodgers are $2 yesterday. Why would they be not north of $2 today? It's going to be right there though, right? $1.80, $1.90. All right, you guys, great look at baseball. Man, I could talk about that game. Trying to think if I'm forgotten anything about that game that ended just moments ago. A marathon, 18 inning game, longest World Series game, tied for the longest World Series game. You know what? It was Max Muncy that won that game in 2018. And won it with a home run. It was in Game 3, even at Dodger Stadium, the longest game, and it was almost a replica of the game to a certain extent. It was also almost a replica of the Freddie Freeman home run. Ohtani's home runs were majestic, and he had a weird play where he was out. I don't think the cramping, was, but he did have an awkward play where he had to use his legs, and he was caught off base and tagged out awkwardly, where he was doing a little shuffle there. Kind of a rare mistake from Ohtani. Southpaw, no fan of Schneider. Okay. All right, you guys. I guess that's it for the baseball. I'm just going to go under in the first 5. I think the Dodgers here, it's a good advantage, but still in the playoffs, look how tough the Blue Jays were. It makes it feel like that they are good enough to even stay within a run here again against these Dodgers. But maybe with Ohtani, who at this point, I mean, you're trying to say, hey, maybe this game he'll be just okay. Maybe he'll pitch. Maybe he'll give up a couple of runs, but nothing this guy's doing. Like I said, Little League-esque. He is doing what the big kid does in Little League. Right, every team has a big kid, right? Home run every time, or you walk him, pitches the big game, throws a no hitter. That's what Ohtani is making the major leagues look like right now. All right, Dave Roberts is awful. He is terrible. I mean, all right. Let's get a move on here and talk a little NBA basketball for Tuesday night. There are 5 games here in the NBA with the Sixers taking on the Wizards here. And man, we're fired up in Philly, aren't we? This is all, hey, who needs a healthy Embiid? We've got these guys who are absolutely terrific. And Philly, all of a sudden, is a force to be reckoned with in the Eastern Conference, especially with the Celtics looking like they're down and Philly's looking hot. Philly did it again yesterday to win another game, knocking off Orlando. They smashed them. Getting the win there, moved to 3-0. Philly looking hot right now. They're going to be laying the points on the road here to Washington in this one, with Washington at home here, coming in 1-2 against the spread. So Philly finally got the money there. They ended up a big dog. We went with the over last night and had that winner here on the show. But look, a division game here in Philly, it's for real. It's not like we're trying to find some fraudulent, because look, Embiid really hasn't been all that thus far. I mean, it's just still Embiid. He feels it's like a shell of himself. He's got a knee injury right now, questionable for this game. Paul George questionable as well. It doesn't matter. And when's Jared McCain coming back, Mr. Westers? So in this one, though, I look, at least it's when you have, Philadelphia going up against Washington, it feels like a division game here. I'm not saying that the Sixers would ever overlook Washington at this point. Washington, we don't think they've made that many improvements here yet. But in the series, Philadelphia has won 7 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams, but really against a number just kind of mediocre. 8 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams have gone over. We saw, big time scores again on Monday night in the NBA. The scores were going pretty high there. I think on the night, It might have been a split, though, with overs and unders. But all right, let's see. We might have some comments from you guys in the chat in this one. And Jaquando says, Edgecombe, I mean, where everyone just thinks this is a great situation here. But you got Ziggy, Wizards against the spread. Mr. Wesker said he had Philly today. Easy money. This is Magic are overrated again. Maxey over in his points here. Mr. Wesker says this feels like the spot to take the Wizards. It does. It feels like I think the sharp spot, whatever that means, is on the Wizards here. Kind of want to do it myself. Jaquando says Edgecombe here. Embiid and George will bring your franchise down, says Mr. Weskers. And they got the other guys. All right. Southpaw. Hello to Landon. How about the Rockets blowout, he says as well. Did we even mention it, right? Rockets all over those Brooklyn Nets. And they're terrible, and they should blow them out. But you still got to go through with it, right? All right. In this one, I'm going to go over here with Philadelphia and Washington. Give me the over in this one. Get us started here on night moves. I'll take over 237 Sixers and the Wizards here. I think they're combined. Let's see, the Sixers went over again. That's what we had, and they're a 3-0 to the over. These two teams are a combined 5-1 to the over thus far this season. The Hornets are taking on the Heat. And I like what I see in the Heat. I said I'd be taking the Heat more often here than not moving forward, even though I kind of went against them last game. And I think that was the wrong move, if I'm not mistaken. But right now, they've been looking pretty good. I think they're in a pretty good spot here, taking on the Hornets in this one. You have the Heat favored by 5, total 238. The Heat have covered 4 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams coming in. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Both teams come in here with a 2-1 record right now, and both teams are 3-0 against the spread. That's what you like to see, right? Hornets are 3-0 to the over. The Heat are 2-1 to the over so far this season. And let's see how you have it here. In fact, you know what? I'm seeing even 6 and 6.5 right now. I gotta update that line here on Night Moves. I was typing these in during the 15th inning of the game. I'll tell you that, typing in the graphics. And the total's up here to 242.5. That we've seen some movement here for sure. Oh boy. All right, man, that is a high total. I like it. I think it's going to go over, and again, I mean, look what it did yesterday. You know what? I better just take the over in this one. That's a pretty big move. I still would prefer the over than the under, but man, that move is up a good 4 points here on what I thought was the line just a couple of hours ago. Those last innings were going pretty fast. So I'm going to go over again here with the Hornets and the Heat, and this one at 242.5. This one's been going up for sure here. Hornets are averaging 132 points per game. Heat are averaging 127 points per game so far, although they are allowing just 115 points per game are the Heat. You guys have some comments in the chat here. And Mr. Westers, don't back the Heat. They are not good favorites. Southpaw says Portland had a good game. And Ziggy's on the Heat. Jaquando says it's all about Spoelstra and the organization of this team that keeps them coming back for more, right? And that's why I was on them right away. I think when because I think people were kind of downgrading the Heat here a little bit. And, hey, they still might not be what we've seen so far. But, just seeing what they had, what they look like, I thought looks like we can get back to having, the Spolstra type of team that we expect. Now Timmy says, I got to go under. He was going under 238. Now I put up at 242. He's got to go under now. Maxi over for Abel. Hornets, they do seem, Mr. Weskers, but do they plateau a little bit? And they got everything there, from in Miami. Southpaw says any higher, and I'm going under. I'm going to go over now just because it feels like. And just too many times, Mr. Wester says, doesn't work out when he backs the heat. I'm going to take the over here, but I might be on that heat. Kings and Thunder here on Tuesday night. And the Thunder are a 10.5-point favorite. Total here, 227.5. This one's gone down a little bit. The spread's actually maybe gone up about a half a point, showing 10.5 here, maybe in 227.5 here now with the Thunder coming in here off of the win there, the win and cover they smashed in that outing here against Dallas, right? They have really held them down and got that win impressively as Oklahoma City just keeps rolling right now to another victory to improve to 4-0 so far as they smashed Dallas 101-94. So strong performance in Dallas again. Poor output offensively here in this one. Kings come in 1-2 and 0-3 against the spread so far for Sacramento. Both teams are combined 4-2 to the over so far. Thunder averaging 127 points per game, probably 125 now points per game. Sacramento has lost and failed 5 straight meetings against Oklahoma City overall coming into this one. And I'm going to take Oklahoma City actually to rock Sacramento here, even on the back-to-back. Looks like OKC does not care about your spreads at this point. Here we go with some of your picks. And Mr. Westford says maybe you could take the Kings here. Maybe it's going to be a little bit too high here at 10.5 or so. Ziggy likes the Thunder against the spread. Southpaw wants to Kings first half for Abel. And Timmy Chushu says the Kings going to come to play in this one tonight. No problem with that. I mean, you got to take one team or the other. It is a spread. All right, that's it for me. I'll go ahead and take Oklahoma City in this one. And next up, it's the Knicks taking on the Bucks. Good Eastern Conference affair here for sure with the Knicks. Favored here. I think this is might be the first of the doubleheader here. Peacock doubleheader. Get your local. If you're in the East, you watch it on NBC. You watch the West Coast game on Peacock. If you're in the West, you watch the first game on Peacock, and then you can get the late game on NBC. They'll be in prime time, basically.
Final.
So you got the Knicks coming in here right now at 2-1, 2-1 ATS. Good defense so far. They're averaging 110 points a game, allowing 107 for Milwaukee here. 2-1, but 3-0 against the spread. 2-1 to the over, averaging 122 points per game coming in. Knicks have won and covered 5 straight against Milwaukee overall. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over. 4 of the last over when playing in Milwaukee. Also, 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone over overall. All right, let's see if you guys have a play here in this one with the Knicks taking on the Bucks here. And maybe we have a few more plays on those Kings here. Let's see. Fubu, nice to have Fubu here. He said take a rested Kings team over the back-to-back Thunder. And Lando says, NBA a little hard to predict. Does feel like an extended preseason, even more than ever before right now. A lot of teams the old adage about, hey, the real season doesn't start till Christmas. That might be true again this year. At least Thanksgiving. It feels like, look at the Inside the NBA show. They're not even coming. They're not even going to return to the air for about a month. All right. SGA points for Timmy Chushu. Mavs will take down the Thunder. Mr. Wesker says, easy cover. Nuggets did take it to the Suns there, Timmy. Oklahoma City at home are dynamite. And Southpaw says the Knicks are the better team. Okay. I'll take the under here in this one with the Knicks and the Bucks. Take the under here on Tuesday. All right. Abel likes the over in this one. Greg's here and he says 117, 115 bucks. I do too, Mr. Weskers. I think the best is early on, right? I would try to. It's harder for the books. Let's keep it going here right now and go to the last game with the Clippers taking on the Warriors here in San Francisco. And let's see how you've got this one here with the Warriors. Coming into this one with a 2-1 record right now, 2-1 against the spread as well. They've gone over in all three of their games so far this season. Clippers come in here 2-1, 1-2 against the spread. Clippers are allowing just 112 points per game so far. Golden State's been a little more chaotic. Their games have averaged 251 points per game so far this season. It should certainly change when you play the Clippers. That's a fact. But the Clippers have covered 6 straight against Golden State overall. 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over. But that is a little bit of a sturdy dominance there for the Clippers over the Warriors. 6 straight in division play. All right, Greg said, he told us Houston was going to blow out Brooklyn. Ziggy's going to go under in the Warriors game. And Timmy says, what? Do I have the line wrong, guys? Let me make sure. Or are you just saying, why are they favored now, right? Let me see what I have there. Warriors. Yeah, you're right. Clippers are a favorite now for sure. I typed these in during the extra innings of the baseball game. So let me move the Clippers as the favorite here, and the total is 224. That's gone down. Oh, that's gone down, and it's gonna. You know what? I'm gonna take the Clippers, but man, I kind of like the under too. Give me the Clippers in this one on night moves. I'm going to take the Clips on the road and lay a point. Landon, though, says Warriors home dog value, but they are on that back-to-back, he says. But no, that... okay. Warriors, they didn't play yesterday, right? Okay, Abel likes the over there. And Buddy Hield to keep lighting it up, says Jaquando. And Southpaw says, is Curry out? Why are the Clippers favored? No real injuries. Bradley Beal's out with a back injury, but he'll be out off and on all season. Warriors played the Grizz. Yeah, oh yeah. How can I forget? Yeah. Warriors played the Grizz, and Blow them out. That's right. I didn't do a good job updating my numbers after watching that baseball game. Okay, Curry gets it done. Greg says Clippers by 5. Curry's going to wipe the floor with the Clippers. Stay undefeated in the Bay Area, says Mr. Weskers. Warriors are tired, says Greg, after that win. It did stay under there last night, right? All right. Thanks, you guys, on that one. I'm going to take the Clippers in that one, okay? I'm going to touch on a couple of college football games here real quick here for Tuesday night. We got a little Tuesday night action here with the UTEP. They're taking on Kennesaw State. Kennesaw State continues to be talked about as one of the most improved teams, if not the most improved team in the nation. They're only 5-2 against the spread. I think I'd like to see a team that's perfect against the spread to be most improved, but they're 5-2 against the spread. They're laying 10 points here to UTEP. I think they probably can get this cover. The total here is 51. Kennesaw's 2-5 to the under so far this season. Total might actually be down to 50.5 here right now. And I'm going to lay it with Kennesaw State. I'm going to lay 10 points here with them against UTEP. UTEP's 2-5. They are 3-4 against the spread, but I'm going to go ahead and lay it with Kennesaw State tonight. Okay. Kennesaw has a good offense, says Southpaw. Mr. Westwood says, what is Golden State's record? What's their schedule? All right. And Mr. Westwood says, when you can take Curry at this price at home, you better do it. I might be playing the historical angle on that, the head-to-head matchup with the Clippers. I like one thing the Clippers do well is perform well against teams that they have a strong history against. All right, I'm going to take Kennesaw on that one. One other one here, a good one here with James Madison. Looking strong here right now. They're taking Texas State, so they're a favorite on the road by 6.5. James Madison comes in here with a strong 6-1 record, 5-2 against the spread. They're 2-5 to the under. Meanwhile, Texas State's 3-4, 2-5 against the spread, averaging 36 points per game. But James Madison allows just 15 points per game. And that could be the difference here for James Madison. But I'm going to go under in this one with James Madison and Texas State. And I'm gonna take the under. Okay, here we go. If you guys have some plays here, let me know. Kennesaw for Greg. He says 34-21. JMU for Abel. And I think that's it from the football game from you guys there. All right, now we've got a massive slate in the NHL. 16 games. I'm not going to bore you too much, but we at least kind of figure out, who's playing in goal and just get through the card. Maybe make the picks. Not going to go too crazy on this, but let's see what you got. Timmy Chushu says, doesn't quite trust James Madison on the road right now. Greg also says 31-24 James Madison. All right, I'm moving to the NHL. So this one starts at 6:07 Eastern, 3:07 Pacific with Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. All the games will start in 15 to 20, basically 15 to 20 minute increments. And they'll all just kind of fold in throughout the night. No one game starts at the same time as another with the Frozen Frenzy. For the Penguins here, Arthur Silovs in goal, 3-1-1, 2.56 goals against. For Vladar, 3-2, 1.81 goals against, 93% save percentage. Coming in here to this one, total here sits at 5.5. Flyers minus $1.50 here. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the under here in this one with Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Both teams have trended over for sure so far this season, but I think in this little rivalry, of course, I'm going to go with the under here. I think the 5.5 is the real reason why it probably should be a low-scoring game as anticipated. I will say 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over, actually, and Pittsburgh's won 11 of the last 16 meetings overall against Philadelphia. They've kind of had their number, but Philadelphia, as I said, looking pretty okay here right now. 4-3-1. Pittsburgh's been on fire at 7-2-1 so far this season. They might, you know what? They might not be a bad place as a dog, but I'm going to take the under at 5.5 with Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Flyers money line for Ziggy Crosby has got his 1700th point, become the 9th player to do so, says Southpaw. All right, Mr. Wesker's on the Devils here. Greg's on Pittsburgh. Devils are printing money so far, huh? Okay, over, says Timmy. Next up, we're heading to Toronto. We get this one done before the World Series, or almost anyway. Calgary taking on Toronto with Dustin Wolf here in goal. Wolf comes in here with a 3.37 goals against, 2-6-1 record so far for Wolf. Stolarz, though, he's just 2-4 with a 3.31 goals against and an 88.5% save percentage thus far this season. Calgary's lost 6 straight to Toronto right now, and also 5 of the last 6 meetings here in Toronto have gone Toronto's way. So it's a one-sided series. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over. And I think the way it's going right now with Calgary and Toronto, that's where I want to go. These two teams are a combined 14-5 to the over so far this season. Calgary's 7-3 to the over. Toronto's 7-2 to the over. Calgary comes in with just a 2-7-1 record. It hasn't been good. Maple Leafs are a pretty big favorite, but I'm going over here in this one with Calgary and Toronto. Greg likes Toronto 4-2. Southpaw says Leafs on the puck line. They'll bounce back. Jay Kwando says it's just a high line in this situation. Maybe a point for Matthews and Leafs money line. All right. Keep it moving here on Tuesday night. Now we're at 6:37 Eastern, 3:37 Pacific with the Vegas Golden Knights on the road taking on the Hurricanes in one of the top games of the night. Knights are 5-1-3. Hurricanes are 6-2 so far this season. Hurricanes averaging 3.9 goals per game, half a goal better than Vegas. I only say that because the two teams both allowed just 2.8 goals per game so far this season. For Vegas here in this one will be Akira Schmid in goal. 4-1, 2.67 goals against, 89% save percentage for Freddie Anderson here. 4-1, 2.72 goals against, 90% save percentage coming in. Vegas is just 1-4 in their last 5 games at Carolina. 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone under, and 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams here in Carolina have also gone under. So should be a good one here. Let's see how you have it. All right, if anything here. Canes are going for it this year. Hurricanes for Ziggy. Miami at home. For Miami Heat at home there for Mr. Okay. I'm taking Carolina here in this one at minus $1.40 or so. Give me the Hurricanes in this one. Now we're moving on to 6:52 Eastern, 3:52 Pacific with Columbus taking on the Buffalo Sabres. Columbus comes in here with a 4-4-1 record. Buffalo coming in here with a 4-4-1 record. These two teams are combined 5-12 to the under so far this season. Blue Jackets are averaging 3.1 goals per game and allowing 3.1 goals per game. Buffalo is averaging 3.0 goals per game and allowing 3.0 goals per game. Something's got to give. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over when playing here in Buffalo, although 4 out of the last 5 have gone under when playing each other of late. So let's see how you have it here in this one with Columbus and Buffalo here tonight. In Buffalo, I'll go to the chat and see how you guys have it. These two teams are a combined 5-12 to the under so far this season. And we've got the West Up parlay is in from Abel, and it involves the Golden Knight of the Kings there. Hurricanes for Greg. Mr. Weskers could be bought on Buffalo. Tuck with a goal. Blue Jackets for Jay Kwando. Ziggy's on the Blue Jackets as well. All right. Southpaw says, what's up with these start times? We're running, every game starts at a different time today, Southpaw. Every game starts in either 15 or 20 minutes in intervals. Here's Greg Gibson says 4-3 Sabres. Next up, the Ducks are on the road. This is 7:07 Eastern, 4:07 Pacific. Luke Dostal going up against Panthers. Oh, that's good. In goal, it's going to be Bobrovsky here for the Panthers. There we go. So you got Bob in net here for the Panthers. He comes in 5-3 with a 2.2 goals against. For Luke Dostal here, 2-3-1, 302 goals against, 89.9% save percentage coming in. Anaheim's lost 9 of their last 10 games here at Florida. It's really been a disaster. Florida's won 4 of the last 5 meetings at home between the two teams here as well. See how you guys have it here, but I'm going to take Florida on the puck line in this one. Give me the Panthers. Who's in net for the Sabres? Says Timmy Tushu. Who is in net for the Sabres? Yep. You guessed it, Alex Lyon. What did I say? Did I have the wrong? Oh, yeah, no, I had Lyon. I had Lyon in there, yeah. All right, I'm going to take Florida in this one. We have another. We have Abel on the Panthers. Greg's on the Panthers here. Here's a little bit more Panthers. It looks like Timmy Chushu says Bennett to score. Hasn't really been getting on this side. We used to call this a consensus pick. All right. I'll keep it moving here next with the Islanders taking on the Bruins on the road. Islanders, a favorite here with Sorokin in net. He is confirmed to be the goalie here tonight for the Islanders. He was in the starter's crease already. Been a rough start here for sure for the Isles here. They remember they kind of had a rough start season going 0-3, but now they have 5 points in, or they have points in 4 straight. The Bruins have been exactly the opposite. They got off to a good start, and then they went tanko a little bit, but they did start to come back a little bit of late. They'll have Corpusalo in net here, 1-3, 402 goals against, 84.5% save percentage. So with this one, they're in the back-to-back. Swayman was in goal yesterday in that Ottawa win. Ottawa blew out the Bruins, so the troubles continue here for the Bruins. Going up against Sorokin, I imagine this is going to be pretty tough. Even though the Islanders had that win streak snap, you do have Sorokin here, 2-3-1, 3.69 goals against, 87.5% save percentage coming in. So Islanders still got to stay steady here a little bit, but I'm going to take them in this game. Give me the Islanders here at minus $1.35 in this one. It's even up to maybe $1.40 or so a little bit. So give me the Islanders here on the road. Abel's on the Islanders. Timmy Chushu's there's on Boston, and that other is on Boston. Ziggy's on the under. Timmy Chushu's likes Horvat and Pasternak to score. Islanders 4-3, says Greg. Thank you, guys. Keep it rolling here. We're doing good. Lightning are on the road. Vasilevsky taking on the Predators and Soros. For Jusue Soros, 4-2-2, 2.69 goals against, 91% save percentage. Vasilevsky, 1-3-2, 2.99 goals against, 89% save percentage coming in. So decent goaltending, decent goaltenders. It feels like here, at least with Tampa Bay and Nashville here in this one. Tampa Bay has defeated Nashville in 7 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams overall. Also, 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over. And I'm going under, actually, in this one with Tampa Bay and Nashville. Nashville so far here, 3-7 to the under so far here for Nashville. Lightning 3-4-2 overall, 2-7 on the puck line so far. These two teams are averaging just 5.3 goals combined so far this season. So I'm going to go under here with Tampa Bay and Nashville. All right, Mr. Weskers is on Tampa. Forsberg to score, says Timmy Chushu. Ziggy likes the Lightning. Stamkos for shots on goal prop there for I am Taekwondo. A Lightning for Abel. All right. I'm going to keep it going here next with Winnipeg taking on Minnesota. Hellebuck going up against Gustafsson here. You got the Wild here in this one. They are minus $1.10, maybe $1.15. Maybe they're a slight favorite, but the total 5.5 here. Wild are just 3-5 so far with 3-5-2. Meanwhile, the Jets are 6-3 so far this season. Jets are averaging 3.3 goals per game. Wild are averaging just 2.8 goals per game so far. Winnipeg has gone over 7 of their last 10 on the road, dating back to last season. Bring the game to life here a little bit. Winnipeg has defeated Minnesota in 8 straight meetings between the two here. All right. And let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and take Minnesota here. Ride that series history a little bit. Give me the Jets here to win on the road against Minnesota. Okay, Kaprizov hasn't scored in a while there, says Timmy Choo talking about the Wild there. Thank you. Next up, the Red Wings are taking on the Blues. You got Shuey Gibson there taking on Bennington. Let me fix that there. No. Right, there we go. Sorry about that. Red Wings and the Blues here. You got Gibson on the road taking on uh, Bennington, and Blues favorite here, $1.15 or so right now, and the total is pretty much 6. Maybe shaded to the under a little bit here with the Red Wings and the Blues here today. Detroit has gone just 2-4 in their last 6 games on the road at St. Louis. 8 of the last 12. I'm sorry. 8 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams have gone over. St. Louis continues to look strong at home dating back to last year, but they did taste defeat a couple of times here so far. Ziggy likes the under 6.5. Greg says take the Jets. That's all we have. Ziggy went under. Ziggy went under. That was the play right there. But I've got the over actually in this one between Detroit and St. Louis. Blues money line for Timmy Choo Shoes. He took them. And Greg says 4-3, take the Blues. Capitals and Stars here in this one. Capitals on the road at Dallas. Dallas $1.45 or so, total 6. 7 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Dallas has been going under here pretty consistently so far this season. Washington is just 1-6 in their last 7 games overall against Dallas. I think Dallas can work them here. I'm probably going to try Dallas here. Maybe you want to take them just on the money line, but Dallas is 5-3 so far. Puck line, they're 2-7. So I do have some concerns here laying this price of $1.45, especially now where we're seeing it even as high as, no, it's down. It's down to $1.35. I'm going to take Dallas here as my play in the game against Washington on Tuesday night. Give me Dallas over the Caps in this one. Caps still come in here 6-3, but they're facing a good Dallas team here so far. Washington strong defensively, just allowing 2.3 goals per game, but I'm going to take Dallas in this one. So is Jaquando. Timmy says Rantanen gets a point, Stars money line. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Senators and Blackhawks here in Chicago. Senators 5-4-1. Blackhawks 4-3-2 coming into this one. Blackhawks are an amazing 8-1 on the puck line so far this season. Blackhawks are also 2-7 to the under overall so far in this one. All right, and for Chicago here, man, it's been a good turnaround so far this season. They've looked strong. They're an underdog here against an Ottawa team that is 5-4-1, but just 4-6 on the puck line. Senators are 7-3 to the over. Chicago's 2-7 to the under. I'm taking Chicago here in this one at home against the Senators. Showed a remarkable improvement. They have given a few back, but I'm going to take Chicago in this one. Abel's on the Stars. Why go against Chicago? And Timmy Choo says he likes the Hawks. And they like Frank Nazar. All right, let's keep it moving here. And we're still going. We've got the Devils taking on the Avs. In this one, Devils on the road, coming in looking as strong as any team in the league. This is a high-profile matchup, though, against Colorado, who's 5-1-4 so far this season. Devils are 8-1 with a 6-3 record on the puck line so far. They're averaging 3.9 goals per game so far this season. And for the Avalanche, 5-1-4, looking pretty strong for sure, but still going up against the Devils, the hottest team in the league here right now. Can it make a difference? Let's get the plays from you in the chat and see if you want to play this one with New Jersey and Colorado. New Jersey's just 2-11 in their last 13 games on the road against Colorado. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over. So usually you have winning the game, Colorado, and then it goes, usually it's going to go over. All right, see how you guys have it, though, in this one. I'm going to go over in this one with New Jersey and Colorado. Give me the over. And we've got, let's see here, Abs for Abel. Abs back at home, they'll win, says Jay Kwando. Devils are having new life. Here's Avalanche for Ziggy. Jay rides and shines. Says, how am I still doing? I don't know. I'm about to run out of gas here. I don't even know if I get through these last hockey games. You can hear it in my voice and my tone. I just am going right off the script, guys. No ad-libbing here. Usually I can make up something about the personnel or something a little bit, but I'm just going with a few stats and the numbers here in the pick. So let me keep it going and wrap it up. And take a look at the Mammoth here taking on the Oilers, because that game went forever, didn't it? What a game. I still can't get over it watching the replay right now. Utah Mammoth continue to burn here, 8-2 overall, 7-3 on the puck line, averaging 3.7 goals per game. They're an underdog against Edmonton, who is 4-4-2, but just 2-8 on the puck line so far. So far, so good, it feels like, for Utah. Why couldn't they come in here and do a good job against Edmonton here? Now, we know this is your franchise. Utah and when they were in Phoenix, they're just 2-10 in Edmonton overall. 8 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams have gone over. And that's where I'm headed with this one. I'm going over with Utah and Edmonton here in this one on a double on Tuesday. Greg says Oilers 4-3. We'll have game will cap. Don't trust Skinner, says Jaquando. Abel says Oilers. All right, a couple more, you guys. Rangers taking on the Canucks here with don't get in trouble now with this one, Rangers. They are 3-5-2. The Canucks are 5-5. The Rangers are actually favored in this one on the road. Maybe they should win the game, but they're still only a favorite of $1.15 or so. Looks like a very low-rated game here between these two. Still, you have the Canucks averaging 2.9 goals per game. Rangers just 2.2 goals per game. The offense has been so dismal. It just doesn't seem like they can get things going here at all right now with the way they're struggling. Vancouver is just 4-8 against the Rangers overall at home. The Rangers actually come in and do a very credible job against them. 7 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over. It is in a little bit of a East-West series though, so it's not like they're playing more than just a couple of times a year. Rangers have won 5 of the last 6 meetings overall between the two teams as well. It's been kind of Rangers series when they've met. And I'm taking the Rangers here in this one on the road. Give me the Rangers over Vancouver. All right. And Abel's on the Rangers. Ziggy's on the Rangers. Timmy Choo Shoes likes Miller here. 2 points in a beef game. All right. Thanks a lot, you guys. Let me knock these last couple out. And man, that's going to be it for the show. I think I'm getting the picks right. I know I am, but it's kind of funny. Okay, let me get these last ones in here. We've got the Canadians taking on the Kraken in Seattle here in this one, with Montreal coming in 7-3, Kraken 5-2-2, also looking pretty good. Kraken 7-2 again on the puck line so far, while the Canadians just 4-6 on the puck line so far. Canadians averaging 3.6 goals per game on the road so far this season. Montreal 5-1. They're Montreal, for their last 5 meetings between these two teams, have gone over. Let's see how you have it here with the Canadians and the Kraken. If you've got a pick here today, let me know. And for me, I'm going to end up on the Kraken here in this one at home against the Canadians. Couple picks from you guys in the chat as we get ready to wind it down here on the end of an incredible night at the World Series. Okay, here comes some comments. Over here for Abel. Right? I am having trouble, no doubt about it, Timmy. Keeping going here in this one. I'm just about done. That game was so insane. And it's late. It's late here on the West Coast as well, right? All right, let me knock these last two out. We'll get one more. We got one more here on the ice. This show is over here. Kings taking on the Sharks. You got the Kings on the road here, West Coast. I forgot to say all those strange times. I was kind of lost my focus there for sure. Just handing out picks, but I forgot to kind of give out the times. This one actually goes off, I believe, at 7:57, I want to say. All right, here we go. I didn't have the right goalies in there, or at least for the Sharks. $1.90 and 6 over 20 is the line in this one, with the Kings taking on the Sharks here. For Kemper here, 2-2-2 record, 2.7 goals against, 88.5% save percentage. For Nedeljkovic here, 1-2-1 record, 3.98 goals against, 87.5 save percentage here in this one. You got the Kings coming in 4-3-3. Sharks are 2-5-2. Sharks are also 6-3 to the over, allowing 4.3 goals per game so far this season. But here against the Kings, I don't know if the Kings, is this a spot where they kind of, take it off here? They think they could win. Maybe they could win by just one. San Jose's numbers have been so dismal. Kings have still won 9 of the last 12. No matter how you look at it, San Jose hasn't won at home yet, and they weren't winning at home last season either. They've actually lost 18 of their last 20 dating back to last year. So. All right, I guess that's going to do it. I will take the Kings here on the puck line. Give me the Kings to roll San Jose. I'll take LA. All right, Habs have been traveling. West up parlay here, Kings and Knights to Foley for a goal. J-Rod has a KBO pick tonight here. And also, Ziggy's going to roll with me, lay the puck line. Greg Gibson says 4-3. And Fagali, not looking great, says Timmy. That's it, you guys. I'm beat after that. And thank you for joining me here on Night Moves. Been a great night of action here. Hopefully, we'll be on regular, normal timey, if you know what I mean. Took us an extra time to get on here tonight after that incredible baseball game. So, thank you for being patient. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for keeping me awake here late night here for Night Moves and for the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. I'm Ramon Scott. Good night.